Good morning, Bimblers. And you join me in Peter's garden in Preston again. It's time for part 2 of our Guild Wheel adventure. Today's adventure is all about churches. There's going to be plenty of detours to plenty of churches. Quite excited about it. So I think we should stop messing about and bimble.
Maybe it didn't work at the time, maybe it never did. A mistake that made the distance, or a trying way to live. Maybe it's the time that you grabbed at my arms and electricity flowed from my shoulders to palms in a white hot glow, leaving white cold scars left bare and unshowed just to prove they were ours. Maybe it worked, maybe it never did, maybe it never was quite like how it is. Maybe it didn't work at the time, maybe it never did. A novelty improvement left lonely as it gives. Or maybe it's the time that you closed both your eyes and you pouted your lips as you waited for mine in the soft red glow of your soft cold arms. Serotonin burnt holes through my veins to my heart. Maybe it worked, maybe it never did, maybe it never was quite like how it is. Maybe it's the time that I wanted to say that my limbs won't move more than 2 feet away from your day glow side luminescent sparks. I could burst into flames from one beat from your heart. Maybe it worked, maybe it never did.
And so, Bimblers, we took a detour off National Cycle Route 622 onto National Cycle Route number 6, and then detour off National Cycle Route number 6 onto something called Ferny Halgh Lane, which is where you'll find St Mary's Church. It's just over the M6. The church you find here today was built in the 1700s, and it replaced a chapel which was inside a house called Ladywell House. Apparently there was too many people coming to the chapel, so they needed a dedicated church. Well, that's not where the story begins. The story begins in 1471, in the middle of the Irish Sea. A merchant sailor had found himself in very stormy weather, and he prayed to the Lord above that he would make it back to dry land safely, which he did. But upon stepping onto dry land, he heard a celestial voice, and that celestial voice told him that he should build a chapel in a place called Ferny Halgh, where he would find a crabapple tree and a holy healing well dedicated to St Mary. He went off in search all around the UK, looking for a place called Ferny Halgh with a crabapple tree and a shrine to St Mary, but he couldn't quite find one. But he did find his way to Preston, into the town centre, where he found lodgings for the evening. It was while he was in those lodgings that he overheard one of the serving girls explaining why she was late into work. Apparently, one of her cows had got loose, and she'd been chasing it all around Preston, all the way to Ferny Halgh. Upon hearing that, he confronted the young girl and said, "Could you take me to Ferny Halgh?" And she, of course, said, "Yeah, I will, but in the morning. I've already been late for work. I don't want to get in even more trouble." But she was true to her word. The next day, she took that merchant sailor to where in Ferny Halgh, and he found the crabapple tree, and he found a shrine to St Mary above a healing well, just as the celestial voice had told him. So he did indeed build a chapel, but unfortunately Henry VIII came along and he destroyed that chapel. It's a Catholic church, this one, St Mary's, and Henry VIII didn't want Catholics anymore. I mean, everyone was Catholic at the time, but not after Henry VIII. He formed the Church of England so he could have annulments from all of his wives. It's quite a pilgrimage for people all around the world, including a lot of the school children from here in Preston. Apparently inside Ladywell House they have a lot of holy relics. But we're on our own pilgrimage, Bimblers, round the Guild Wheel. I think it's time we got back on it. Spoke about another church. Let's Bimble.
On your mind, are you listening? You still won't figure it out. Figure it. With all your thoughts on your mind all the time, oh, it's deafening. You still won't figure it out. Figure it. With a simple frame of mind, time. You can protest all you like. We both know, with goodwill on your side, and a little time, you can have just what you like. We both know things could be easy if you just try. Better off this time. Have it your own way if you like. Things could be easy if you just try. I know you heard every word, every line, but you're missing it. Why won't you figure it out? Figure it. I know I talk really loud. If you heard, oh, it's deafening. You still won't figure it out. Figure it. With a simple frame of mind and a little time, you can protest.
The tower here at St John the Baptist Church in Broughton was built in 1533. I imagine the views from the top are rather stunning. The rest of the church that would have gone with it from the 14th century was unfortunately demolished in 1823, but a new church was built by a fella called Robert Roper. We've actually been to one of his churches that he's tarted up before. That was over in Kirkham on the way to Blackpool. And of course in more recent times Austin and Paley came in and did some more tarting up to the church. They also built a chancel. That's the bit where the choir sing. Austin being Hubert Austin and Paley being Henry Paley. That's Edward Graham Paley's son. You know how much I like him. The church itself is Grade 2 listed, special interest. But around the churchyard you'll find some curiously listed items, also Grade 2 listed, not special interest, just standard Grade 2. That would be a 2-step horse mounting block, a sundial, and the old town stocks. Those town stocks were done up in 1902 to celebrate the coronation of Edward VII. It seems like a little bit of a grim celebration to me, to do up some stocks. Let's Bimble.
Better off this time. Have it your own way if you like. Things could be easy if you just try. word, every line, but you're missing it. Why won't you figure it out? Figure it. You know I talk really loud, if you heard, oh it's deafening. You still won't figure it out. Figure it. But with a simple frame of mind and a little time, you can protest all you like. We both know, with goodwill on your side and a little time, you can have just what you like. We both know it's easy if you just try. It'd be better off this time. Have it your own way if you like. It's easy if you just try. With a simple frame of mind and a little time, you can protest all you like. We both know, with goodwill on your side and a little time, you can have just what you like. We both know it's easy if you just try. It's better off this time. Have it your own way if you like. It's easy if you just try. It's easy if you just try. It's better off this time. Have it your own way if you like. It's easy if you just try.
Well, Bimblers, we've took another detour, this time over the M55, and we've come to a place called Woodplumpton and a church called St Anne's. They've dug up evidence of a chapel going back to the 12th century here at St Anne's, but all the documented evidence says that a chapel was built here in 1552, but they mostly rebuilt that chapel in 1630, and of course they've had bits added on. And Austin and Paley came in and did it up just like they did up St John's. But it's not the architecture that I'm interested in here at St Anne's. It's the grave of a witch. That would be Meg Shelton, aka the Filed Hag, aka the Witch of Singleton, aka Marjorie Hilton. She apparently died here in Woodplumpton in 1705. But what made her a witch? Well, apparently she could make your crops fail, she could turn your milk sour, and she could make your cattle ill. She actually died in a cottage when a large wood barrel rolled on top of her. According to folklore, the day after she was buried, she managed to resurface, digging her way out of her grave. So she was reburied, and then she dug her way out again after a few days. She was reburied again, and this happened several times, until eventually they decided to bury her face down vertically and put a stone on top of her grave to stop her from getting out again, which up until now has worked, but never say never. Anyway, Bimblers, it's time for us to get back to that guild wheel and to the final whistle. Let's bimble.
Life was left alone in days that felt so long, being on was irresistible. Thoughts kept to myself, shared with someone else, silently replied to most inaudible. Quiet imagination running away with me, secret conversations between you and me. Sometimes it was nice for a change, make believe this wasn't so strange. I'm telling you my secrets again. Imagine that you're still here with me. Imagine just how good that could be. I'm telling you my secrets again. I know it's just pretend, but I'm telling you my secrets again. What a life to lead, played internally, presented just for me, but all controllable. Of course you're unaware of all this time we share, and though you're never there, it's unstoppable. Quiet imagination running away with me, private conversations made secretively. Sometimes it was nice for a change, make believe this wasn't so strange. I'm telling you my secrets again. Imagine that you're still here with me. Imagine just how good that could be. I'm telling you my secrets again. I know it's just pretend, but I'm telling you my secrets again.
And so, Bimblers, this is Journey's End, the final Whistle Cafe, where I'd hoped to get a bacon sandwich, possibly a cup of tea, or a tin of Pepsi Max, but it's a Monday and it's closed. It's right by the banks of the Lancaster Canal, which was opened in 1792. We spoke about that in the last episode, didn't we? There was supposed to be an aqueduct going over the Ribble, which became a tram bridge. So this canal never actually got linked on to the Leeds-Liverpool Canal, as was planned. It should have gone all the way from the Leeds-Liverpool Canal up to Kendal, in what we call Cumbria these days. Cumbria didn't become Cumbria until 1974. That's about the same time that we got Merseyside. But this cafe is where we'll meet in the next episode. Not sure when that will be, depends whether it's raining. But I do know one thing for sure. It won't be open when we're in, it'll be too early.
Extra